Rachel.
So let's quickly try to decide on a question.
Do you have any?
Oh
questions?
yeah, Rachel. Where's Rachel?
Where's Rachel?
For context, Raven has named herself Rachel in the group chat because nobody was going to explain that.
Who's Rachel?
The name Rachel?
What if our question was who's Rachel, and our answer was someone fictional or real in our lives?
I like this question.
I'm okay with that.
I like this question.
I have an answer.
Who is Rachel? And where is she?
Does everybody have an answer to that, or
possibly?
Don't all jump at once with your hilarious answers.
Well,
I've got them, obviously. I don't know, man.
My answer is a while back, Game Grumps was doing like a series on House Party. There was this character named Rachel, and they would just go around screaming, "Where's Rachel?" all the time. And yeah, so fast forward, I was at a Denny's one time, and this girl looked a lot like the character in House Party. So I just leaned over to my friend, and I'm like, "There's Rachel." Anyway, that's my story. I don't know any Rachels.
I know
Funny.
Rachel. My Rachel is my roommate from college. One of my roommates. Her name is Rachel, and I've told her to watch this podcast, and I don't think she has yet.
Ooh, call it out, Rachel.
When she eventually listens.
I suppose you'll know if she has. She'll tell you about this.
I will tell her that I mentioned her, and then she will have to.
Don't tell her what you said about her. Just say that she's mentioned a lot in this one episode, and don't tell her which episode, so she has to like listen to all of them.
Yeah,
I love Rachel.
exactly.
She's super great and super weird, in the best way possible.
Rachel was this vile woman I used to go to school with, and I'll tell you, there's more than one person that went away from school being like, somehow I got a bad reputation. Like, people thought I was like this. And give it a few years, and we thought, and we're like, oh, I said this thing in front of Rachel. She twisted it horribly and spread it across to everybody she knew. Got it. God. And no, that's not just me. There are other people I can point to. Not that I had a horrible reputation. Just other people had it much worse than I did. But
we're calling out all the Rachels tonight.
Yeah,
fuck them.
She was terrible.
Jeez, what if I just like name names? Does everyone know a bad Rachel?
I've never met anyone named Rachel. That's what I'm gonna say.
Look.
I'm definitely not scrolling a list of famous people. I'm definitely not scrolling a list of famous people named Rachel right now to try and come up with it.
I already told the story. I already told the story on a different cast of the Rachel who ended up being the avatar body of Jesus.
What?
Okay.
I have no idea I have no idea what he's talking about half the time. I'm gonna be
sorry.
honest.
I told you I had a dream where one of our mutual friends, who I view as the avatar of chaos, in the dream, Jesus came and inhabited her body and talked to me for a while.
Is this the same Rachel?
No, different Rachel. Different Rachel.
This is a different Rachel.
Okay. Okay.
And you ruined the fact that we bleeped out her name last time.
Yeah,
I don't.
I bleeped out her whole name. I just left off the last name this time because I realized.
I think I just didn't use that whole portion because it wasn't interesting.
Yeah, and it was too long too.
Way to go, Joey! Way to expose me as somebody who doesn't listen to this podcast.
hey, to listen for the listeners. For the listeners, he has started working his way through from the beginning.
Okay, so I listened to this because this podcast is 3 hours long. I listen to it exactly the same way I listen to Critical Role. Where I go and I'll be like, man, I'm going to actually get into this and I'm actually going to listen to it. And I sit there and I listen to it for a half hour and I'm blown away and I'm like, this is great. And then I don't for like 2 months again. It's really good,
Well,
but I have not listened to it.
everyone does something while listening to a podcast, though. Like, that is the ADHD secret, is that, like, we do something else.
But see, what you have to understand is that my attention span is even worse because I do things while listening to podcasts, but also if the episode is not bite-sized enough, it will not work because I know what I'm doing so quickly.
He has the attention span of like half a squirrel.
Yeah, pretty much.
Good. Well, Ryan,
I bought you some time there.
So the only Rachel, I mean, I thought about trying to make it like super vague and talk about Rachel from Friends, but I could not figure out how to do it well enough. So I'll just talk about Rachel, my ex-girlfriend's sister, who at one point launched herself down a hallway with her claws out at my girlfriend at the time because they were in an argument.
That was a really functional group of people, yeah.
Yeah, that
was great. That just got more and more interesting as you kept talking. It was like, my ex-girlfriend's sister. I was like,
it's like that meme where Vince McMahon keeps getting more sweaty.
And I have to say, listen, I watched this podcast or listened to this podcast up until I started, and then I stopped watching it. So I'm re-listening to it.
You should take it from me. You should listen to the parts with you in them. They're like really good, surprisingly.
Okay, good.
I expected to listen and be like, man, I'm in this. This is garbage. But we got to the parts with me in them, and I'm like, actually, it's okay.
You need to just y'all need to just learn to embrace the level of narcissism that I do, where I listen to myself and I think I'm gonna be like, oh, cringe, but more often than I expect, I'm like, huh, I'm cool and funny.
No, because I want to clarify to any listeners who have never tried to do a podcast. I know a little something about it at this point. I'm in 2 amateur podcasts, but
Woo.
Yeah, where's the next episode of?
We just recorded
it.
Okay?
Me watch that.
Made me watch that is the podcast. But, basically, anytime I record any podcast, while I'm doing it, I'm like, this is utter garbage. I can't believe I recorded myself doing this. This will not be good. And then I listen. I'm like, oh, it was a little bit of editing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Paul, who's
I
your?
love them. I'm the biggest fan.
They are very good. Yeah, they're very good. Paul, who's your Rachel?
I said that I didn't know any Rachels, and then Krista showed me a picture of her phone screen with Rachel Alucard from Blade Blue in it, and like she's rad. She's a vampire. She's got an umbrella that's a talking cat. That's good. I would like to be her in another life, probably.
It's like, I remember a vampire character named Rachel. It was that. Yeah.
My Rachel is Rachel Alucard. That's what I'm calling.
Nice.
Not a terrible person from my past, like most of you.
No,
yours isn't terrible, but the other ones were.
Mine was a person from a game, but okay.
That's fair.
Yeah. So Rachel, I mentioned this in the podcast before, and I said I was going to cut it out, but I actually left it in because it was funny, even though it incriminated myself. Not incriminated because it was an accident, a mutual accident. When I was at the Halloween youth group party and we were running around, it was the boob touch. That was a Rachel.
Okay, I noticed you left that in the episode.
Yeah.
He's like, you literally said in the episode, I'm gonna cut this out.
Yeah. I basically did that. It was just one of those moments where I was like, I can't cut this out. If I am an artistically authentic person, like I can't cut this out.
I respect that.
So anyway, unfortunately they were also a bad person.
And I would just like to point out that the whole reason we're talking about Rachel's is because before we hopped on today, I googled Raven other names, and apparently her birth name is Rachel. So, in case anyone like wasn't clear about that.
Well,
Yeah,
I would
there
say
you go.
that fits into the theme of trying to determine whether or not she is a good person in the long run, right?
What is with Rachel?
Is
What
Raven
about Rachel in the Bible, right? Right? She laughed at an angel or something? I don't remember.
I didn't even know there was a Rachel in the Bible.
Oh my god.
Rachel and
I
Rebecca,
actually
sisters.
I actually have to shout out
Rachel's Bible.
Jonathan's meme
There's
he just
actually two
posted.
Rachels I've told to watch
Also,
this
did-
podcast.
Johnny, did you
Well,
just
they
make
wouldn't know
that
which one
just
I was
now?
talking
Yes,
about.
he makes memes. He makes
I
his
have
own
two
custom memes,
Rachels.
and they're
Yeah.
usually really cringe,
At lightning
right?
speed, though. Jeez.
But he made this one at lightning speed, and it was actually really good. It was that meme with people being like, "I do this," and then the last person's like, "You guys get whatever." And it's what and it has Paul being like, "I listen to Teen Titans Roll while doing other things." Ryan, I only listened to the first third. Joey, I edited the whole thing. Me, in this case being Jonathan. You guys listen to the podcast? And it's very good meme. I must commend you on one of your not rare, non super cringe, and actually funny memes.
There is weirdly enough no horrifying fetish being like demonstrated in this particular meme.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's usually that.
Hold on. I've got to put tits on these things. Give me a second.
He's a hold up. I got something.
He's like, he's gonna make everyone inflation something. Anyway, wow. Well, as we anticipate that, let's proceed with this episode of Teen Titans Roll. Let's get to what will probably be the whole episode.
Sorry to the rest of you.
Yeah. So, I mean, we could maybe fit a little bit in, but anyway.
Next episode,
So-
when it's all the rest of them going after the boat.
Yeah. So Starfire has just thrown Raven onto her back and has grabbed Cyborg and then rocketed off after the boat. As Robin and Beast Boy, you face down Plasmus in the in this large side room.
Oh, he's big.
He's large, yeah, so he takes up 4.
Look at those plasma
Um,
titties.
There
What?
it is. There it is.
Oh my god. So you are currently grappled because you were grappled last time, Robin.
Mhm.
So
Oh,
that is how
no.
things start out. Now I'm gonna need you guys to go ahead and roll initiative.
16.
22.
He got a 1. An unnatural 1.
Oh, that's really good to know.
Burst boy.
Burst boy.
Burst boy. He's bursting. I'm glad you're enjoying that.
No, just Paul just said burst boy up in his home. Why'd you crack that? Why'd you? Okay, yeah, no.
We have initiative with Beast Boy at the top of the round. Robin is grappled by this big dude. So basically he like busted through the wall and like from range, right? He has like a variable range on his like long pseudopod arms that grappled Robin and then pulled him into the room next to him, basically. So you could have like rushed in afterward. Are you still starting as the giant crocodile that you were before?
No, I changed back into Beast Boy.
Okay, cool. Well, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
Bring out the dogs.
Let
Oh
loose
my
the hounds
God.
of war.
Beast Boy summons forth the Blink
Oh.
Dog.
My God.
Let's
Well,
make
I'm
this
glad
go
I'm
even
glad
longer.
we have plenty of time because now I have to get the fucking dogs. Where are the dogs?
Also, for those listening at home, we just cleared the board of the previous dogs.
They were still there.
They were still there, and we're bringing them back.
Bringing back an old classic, damn it. Where I don't know.
Twinkie,
These-
Stinky, Blinky, Pinky, Dinky, Inky, Clyde, and Doug. I wrote them down.
Very good. All right, these are gonna be the dogs this time. I can't find the dogs I used last time for some reason. I don't know why. There's a dog.
Aww.
Dog. Dog.
These dogs are way
How
cute.
many? How many is it again? 8. Fuck you.
So
3,
Beast Boy, how
4,
high of a spell
5,
slot can you cast that at this point?
Oh, only
7.
I'm still using 4th level because I think it only upcasts at 6th level because I
Yeah.
only have up to 5th level right now.
I was just reading that one and I was like
No,
6th
yeah,
and 8th level. It's like,
I could
oh
double
my
it.
gosh.
Double it.
It's like 6th or 8th level is just a horde at that point.
That would be so hard to keep track of.
Yeah. Okay, let me see. I'm really annoyed I can't select all and give them control to you. That's really annoying, but I'm doing
You have
it
to
one at a time.
get them individually.
Well, we got time, so I'm willing to do this shit. It's just the duty of a dungeon master at this point.
And next time you try to do a lifelike recreation of beloved DC property as Dungeons and Dragons, you say the dog spell is banned.
No, see, next time I don't use Dungeons and Dragons because it's not designed for that. And despite all the bitching based off of a hypothetical knowledge, not actual knowledge that Paul does about GURPS, I'm gonna do GURPS instead because it is designed for that.
It's not my fault. It sounds like a burping noise that you make.
It's Paul speaking
That-
truth.
Hey, that is pretty much that just proves it was designed by engineers, right? That it's an acronym and that it sounds like a burping noise.
Alright, I have control of all the dogs.
Oh, yes, but I do not have control of my life. Anyway,
Do any of us ever? We must
okay,
relinquish control.
you have summoned the dogs.
Who let the dogs?
what-
I'm sorry.
Jeebus Chris.
I'm having a good time.
All right, so the dogs are out. They've been let out. Yeah, so you roll initiative for them, right? And they act as a swarm.
Yes.
Now,
16.
let me add a dog to the initiative.
Wait, that's tied with Robin. Do we do the dex thing? Who has higher dex?
So he has higher dex than them, I'm pretty sure. So.
I'm
They
sorry.
have a +3. He has a +4.
Child's play.
Yeah.
Plus
Yes.
He has plus
In fact,
five.
like invincible.
I'm sorry, you're missing the obscure rule that's in the very back of the DMG that says dogs always go first.
Dogs always go to heaven. You're getting
dogs
you're
always
getting
go
the
to
wording
heaven,
wrong.
right?
Cats go to hell.
Oh.
Cats are the devil.
No.
Mhm. Anyway, so so that was your action, right?
Yes, but I can shapeshift as bonus action, and
Yep.
I'm going to turn into. Let's join the boys. I'm gonna be a dire wolf again.
Nice. Dog attack. He got that dog in him. That meme doesn't make any sense to me.
I don't know what you're referencing, to be honest. But it made me laugh.
I don't know. Anyway, people will just be like, "He got that dog in him," and then they'll show like a like an
Bestiality.
X-ray. But what? No. The fuck? They'll show like an X-ray. And it'll have like a pit bull in his in his chest cavity. Anyway,
Are you sure they're
We
looking
all
at
have
his chest
two wolves
cavity?
inside of us. And
Robin,
one is
do
Blinky
your
and
turn.
one is Blinky.
One is kinky.
Okay, this
One
is
needs
already
to be
going off
named
the rails.
Both my
I
wolves.
should have
Robin.
named one of the dogs Kinky, but I did not. Blinky,
Listen.
Stinky, Blinky, Pinky, Dinky, Inky, Clyde, Doug. Okay, there.
Pinky's the ninth dog.
Who?
Pinky's the ninth dog.
Pinky's
He doesn't always show up.
Kinky's the nine.
He's banned because the TV rating doesn't allow him.
He keeps thumping all the other dogs and all the other Titans.
No. It's and Kinky is a girl dog and had a litter of puppies and they were like half greenish and everyone was really
Oh no!
Okay, Robin.
Folks, it's the lost episode.
In the actual lost episode, like that like 10-minute one about the dude with the guitar at the mall villain or whatever, like the Teen Titans are just gonna like have sex or something. Nope, never mind. Robin,
Listen,
your turn.
I'm waiting for you guys to be done with your kinky talk.
It's infectious.
I'm shutting up. Though Beast Boy has trouble with that always.
Listen, so question. Okay, how tall is the room? How big is this area? And how big is this guy?
It's a big ass room. It's really big. You see basically those circles in the room are not towers, are big pillars, right? That
Yes.
are all around the room. They go even further than they are on the map, but for some reason, like it wasn't putting them that low on the map. And then they extend to the sides even more, just like really, really far, like big room, hundreds of feet, in multiple directions. And that rectangle bit is basically the broken open portion of the wall that you were just pulled through.
Okay, and I am on the ground.
You are grappled.
Yes, but am I on the ground? Am I in the air?
In his
No,
arms.
you're just being held by one of his gooey pseudopod arms.
So I'm on the ground. Ish.
Yes. Oh, yes. I thought you meant like were you prone or not? But
Yeah,
yes,
no, I
you are-
meant is he like
you're on.
lifting me in the air and like rooting me around? a little
No, you're effectively on the ground.
bit? Okay, and how tall is he?
He is large,
Pull the
so
wiki out.
he's pretty big. He's
like 8
good,
feet, 9 feet,
like a good like 12 or so.
12 feet. I mean, he's kind of a big goopy mass that can shift its form to
Yeah.
taller and smaller. So
Yes.
Okay, then I'm going to.
it's melted Barney.
It's melted Barney.
Good.
I'm going to activate my well, not even activate. How would I have set this? Screw it. I'm gonna pull out an adrenaline shot and just shoot up.
Okay. The solution is always drugs.
And then I'm going to try and break away from his grapple.
Okay. All right. So strength check then for the grapple.
Yes.
You could have done acrobatics too, which still might be
Oh, I can do
higher.
acrobatics?
Yeah, to escape grapples, you can do acrobatics. Yes.
Let's try the athletics since I already shot up. Since I have
Alright.
advantage on that now.
As a wise man once said, turn down for what?
Okay.
12 will not do it, so that uses your action.
Okay. Well, Robin's struggling and ready to go.
Moving dogs.
Okay. Is that all?
Mhm.
Is that good enough? There we go.
Yeah, they'll all be able to attack him. 'cause
And this
he's
one in the
big.
corner, that one can attack him. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm rolling 8 attacks. We got an 8, a 20, an 8, a 17, a 10, a nat 20, a 21, and a 21.
All right. Anything over 16 or over hits.
12, 6, 7, 3, 4. Math!
Math.
32 damage in total.
They all start chomping into Plasmus and ripping out
Grape
chunks
jelly!
of jelly. Anyone within a 10-foot radius around him, that area around is difficult terrain. So this would have actually happened to you, Robin. On your turn, go ahead and make a strength check to see if you are also your feet are also stuck in the goo.
12.
And you have you would have had advantage. Well, it'd be the start of your turn, so you wouldn't have.
Yeah.
So that would be a failure. So in addition to being grappled by his hand, your speed is also 0 just because your feet are like stuck in the goo on the ground around him. Yeah, and if the blink dogs stay in place until the start of their next turn, that will happen to them as well. So basically, if you get near him and you stay near him, your feet could get stuck in the ground near him.
Okay. But they can also teleport.
That's true. So, like, yeah, they're blink dog. Who cares? Is Plasmus's turn. He points one of his goopy arms at the opening, the tunnel opening, and he's going to shoot a web. It's essentially the web spell, but he shoots this goo around, and it creates this like goopy, sticky web that covers the exit to the area. So that area is webbed.
Okay. I'm gonna run up and bite him.
Bite him.
And I get advantage because I have allies. Wolf buddy allies.
Pork tactics.
Oh, that's only if she summons the pigs.
Or when Kinky's around.
Okay. That is a 21 to hit. That is 10 bite damage.
10 bite damage on him. Okay.
And I haven't decided what I want to change into, so I guess I'll stay a wolf right now.
Okay. Are you staying at a position close enough to attack him, or are you stepping out of the goop at the end of your turn?
No.
Well, he will get an attack of opportunity.
I don't want to be smacked, so
yeah.
I'll just stay. I don't want to be smacked by his pseudopod.
Huh.
What?
I don't know.
That is a scientific biological term. He's only biological terms.
Yeah, so is penis.
Is that the pseudopod?
Now she's thinking about it. Robin, it
someone
is
say
your
penis?
turn. Shut up.
He emerges from the shadow realm.
Go back with Grost, wherever you were.
Okay. So I'm going to pull out a confusion flash and throw it above him
Mm-hmm.
to detonate it above him, away from us.
Cool. So he has to make a save.
Yes. It's a way to go. Wisdom. We'll see how wise the man is.
Not very wise.
Oh my gosh.
You rolled a natural 20 with a -2 and got an 18.
What can I do?
All right. He not confused. So that's your action.
Bark, 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 bark.
Like,
Come on, Robin. You're supposed to defeat this dude
Listen,
yourself.
shut up.
The encounter's designed that way.
I knew you couldn't.
Listen, now I'm just like, what am I going to do with this guy?
He's got gooped.
You got gooped. You've been slimed. It's Nickelodeon.
Slime time.
This is a Nickelodeon show now.
Slime time.
I can't disengage.
When you get slimed, you die in real life.
Sorry, Blue. No.
You get slimed in the game. You get slimed for real.
I'm going to spend the key point and do patient defense, though.
Alrighty. Now blank dogs.
All right, let's do this. 2 hits and then a nat 20. All right, cool. Oh, that was double ones. All right, so 3 for that nat 20. And +7 +4. 14. Okay, sorry, can I say something? You said that if they stay in one place, their feet could get stuck. What if they all just like spiral around him?
They just like teleport.
Yeah, like one goes here, one goes there.
Let me that would be trippy, but let me read the thing. It's aberrant ground.
Oh, do they need to move
ground,
off of his like air attack?
Yeah.
Area? Okay.
Yeah, the ground in a 10-foot radius around
Okay.
Plasmus is dough-like difficult terrain. Each creature that starts its turn in the area must succeed on a whatever strength saving throw or have its speed reduced to 0 until the start of its next turn.
Okay.
So it's a radius that they have to get out of.
He's got a goopy zone.
Yeah, he's got a goopy zone. Very good.
I see your old tricks getting us to say lewd things.
It's not intentional. You guys are just degenerates.
I just like saying words.
Okay. Yeah. So did you want to move them out before the like in between their turns so they don't get stuck, or just keep them there?
Just leave them there. If they need to, they can teleport. So
he's got 2 attacks. He's gonna attack.
Oh, I would
Rabin.
be next to it too, because I bit it.
Yeah. Going to attack Rabin with one of them.
Disadvantage.
So that is going to be... Oh, yeah, disadvantage.
But potentially advantage because I'm grappled.
Okay.
So potentially a straight roll.
Well, you're not restrained. You're just grappled. Restrained is the one.
Restrained is one.
Okay. He rolled the same thing twice, though. So a 30 to hit you total.
Holy... Yes, of course it hits me. Of course it hits me.
Alrighty. He hits you.
At disadvantage. Gosh.
Yeah. You take 9 points of bludgeoning damage as he smacks you with that pseudopod. He just kind of hits you with the same one he already has you with. So you don't have to worry about additional grappling right now. Yeah. 1 second, guys. I'm receiving a phone call. Sorry.
just kind of pictured like a gooey arm comes out of like the big hand that he's grappling me with, and just like punches me in the face.
In the hand, sort of like a xenomorph mouth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. It just kind of pops out. It's like, thunk.
I wiped that smug look off of my face, but underneath was a smaller smug look.
Huh. So theoretical question: if we got Slade in the water, and my robotic hand was on top of him, could my robotic hand keep pushing him underwater?
Slade's not here. Slade's not here.
We don't know that. I'm
I
saying
mean,
if
fair.
Slade showed up, could I frickin' drown him by putting him in the water and having my hand hold him under?
How much strength does your hand have?
The 4.
Well, then probably if you've rolled really badly,
They just rolls like
which
a
would be
nat
hilarious, honestly. But
I'm
still,
willing to
He
bet.
gets drowned to Cyborg's
I guess-
hand.
I'm willing
I
to
guess
bet
if I
Slade
have a-
has legendary resistance.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I really wish I had done my swimming infusions this time, so I could just hold him under the water. But alas,
Drowning Slade would be a good scene.
yeah, it would. That would be great.
I mean,
That-
he technically did drown in the show.
Look,
Yeah,
It just was
everybody-
lava.
Nobody knows what happened down there. 2 people went down, 1 person came up. That's all we know.
Then we're gonna drown Brother Blood, and then we're gonna drown Trigon. We're gonna.
Okay, so I'm thinking I'm gonna just get close to the boat and use vortex warp on the enemies to just warp them into the water.
I legitimately can't think of a reason why I couldn't like pretty much instantly catch up with the boat. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah,
I'm very
Yeah.
fast.
Because you gotta chase it to a red herring.
but I can travel. My speed description is what is it? I can travel.
If you go too fast, you will create a sonic boom that will like destroy all the other Titans' brains.
Don't give Joey ideas. No, it's
You're right.
my stat sheet says I can fly 120 feet, and in parentheses it says can go faster.
I
He
think
never
that's-
gave me a limit.
I almost feel like can go faster is like when you blasted up to space.
Yeah.
It's like, so technically,
If I can go into space due to an angsty moment, I feel like I can catch up with a boat in a sewer.
Yeah, but it would destroy the.
D&D rules.
maybe your control would.
It would
be
make
really
the whole
low.
sewers collapse and the whole city would just cave in.
Yeah.
You know what? Better than having everyone imprisoned in time forever. Somebody's got to make the hard calls, and obviously that somebody is Starfire.
Seems like a bad idea, but okay.
I wonder. These guys are probably immune to fear effects, aren't they?
I think they're robots, so yeah.
That
He
sucks.
he also said
It's not programmed
teleportation.
here.
He said any kind of teleportation magic
Yep.
around the bomb is dangerous.
Mhm.
But did he really say that?
He did.
Yes, I did.
Son of a-
Because we
Yeah.
talked about just teleporting the bomb away,
Well,
and
yeah.
because it's a space time continuum ripper thing.
But if I don't touch the bomb at all, I'm just touching the people near
Stop
the bomb.
bitching.
I just touched the people around it with time magic.
Son of a.
I just touched everybody on just in sight.
I touched everybody in their hearts.
Why are you touching everybody?
Stop touching people.
Cyborg's allowed to do
Get
it.
over this. Why? Okay, anyway, you all right. So, Robin, you took 9 damage.
Yes.
Another attack is going to swing down at the blink dogs. Yeah, a 32 to hit a blink dog. That'll hit. Yeah, the damage is 8 points of bludgeoning damage against that blink dog.
Okay. Stinky's at 14. All right. I'm going to bonus action, turn into giant crocodile. What?
Another.
And I'm going to multi-attack, bite and tail. Big crocodile, big attack. Good. That's a 13. That doesn't hit. I snap the air. Then a tail. I smack it. That'll hit. It's a 25 to hit.
Yes. Yes.
If the target is a creature, it must succeed on a DC 16 strength saving throw or be knocked prone. I don't think this guy can be prone. Can he?
Cannot be knocked prone, no.
Because he goop.
He
Okay.
goop.
16 tail smack damage.
Cool. Nice.
Tail smack.
Thmack.
Whap.
You're
And then
battering away at him, like glopping off big chunks of him.
Glopping.
Glopping. Ew.
I'm not glomping it.
No, you're
Oh God!
glopping.
Don't bring back actual 2003.
Glomp, glomp, glomp.
Glomp. God. Yeah. So is that your turn?
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna do.
All right.
Sorry, I just saw the message. Cyborg said that he wants to turn the bomb into a tiny servant.
Oh my God.
Great, a bomb we can't move around is going to move around by itself.
Hello, Master. Who would you like me to blow up on and freeze time around for all eternity? Anyway,
Fine,
okay,
Slade.
so
That was my turn, yeah.
Russia.
yeah, all right,
Destroy.
Robin.
Well, since nothing else seems like it's working, I'm gonna start punching at this hand.
All right, cool. Do it.
Okay.
Just regular punches with your fists.
Reckless attack.
All right.
So I'm going to do it at advantage at least. First one's an 11. Wow, look at those two rolls.
So reckless attack, by the way, is the first attack of your turn.
Is it?
Yes.
Well, then let's check this out. So the first attack of my turn was a great one. Missed anyway. So then second attack, third attack, fourth attack. So I have a 27 and 18 then for the actual attacks.
All right. Yeah, so anything over 16, anything 16 or over will hit.
Yeah. So I have 18 points of damage, and I'm going to stunning strike.
All right, let me roll his save and be stunned, I guess. It is like chi or whatever, so that makes sense. No, and he rolled an 8, so he is stunned.
Woo, nice. Then on the second one, I'm going to extract aspects.
Okay. All right. So as soon as you extract the aspects, you learn his damage vulnerabilities, damage resistances, damage immunities, and condition immunities.
Yes.
So what you learn about him is that he is immune to acid, lightning, and slashing damage. He is immune to the conditions blinded, charmed, deafened, exhaustion, frightened, and prone. Now, blink dogs.
Okay. A lot of misses. That would be 2 of them hit. 4, 5, 6 damage.
Alrighty. And top of the round, bottom of the round, it's his turn. He is stunned. So top of the round, Beast Boy, it is your turn.
Okay. I'm going to bite it again. I rolled a nat 1. Keep missing with my bite. I rolled 2 nat 1s in a row.
Oh, no.
Poggers.
Oh,
so you
yeah.
miss. You done miss.
Roll
Robin,
20
it's your
hates
turn.
us.
This gator is just slipping on its feet.
I'm going to throw a grenade above his head.
Okay. Yeah, what does he have to roll?
Dexterity saving throw, please.
All right, I think
he fails automatically.
He fails automatically because he's stunned. Cool.
So
You
we're
can do
gonna
max
just
Darmage. Wait, what's this I hear? Are we repeating what happened to Cinderblock?
Not yet. Listen, we didn't hit it with a sonic blast this time. Okay?
All right.
Okay. 5d8.
What does this goo look like? Does it look damaged?
He looks pretty shitty.
Like that doesn't explain.
17. He's not dead.
Okay, good.
With 17 points of damage.
Oh, if the blink dogs kill it, no harm, no foul.
Oh, well, we can't control fey creatures. I mean,
I'm not gonna kill you, but I'm not gonna save you.
there it is. We just talked about this.
But I'm not gonna save you from being mauled by dogs.
By my dogs.
3 of them hit.
3 hits. First one being 4 damage, and then as a reaction, I mean they'll still all be able to attack these, but he splits into 5 goos.
5 goos.
Little goos.
Little goose.
It's a choo-choo.
So he splits into 5 little goos.
Little goo.
Um,
Little goo.
Does he lose his grapple on me?
no, one of them is grabbing onto you.
That seems
One of them is
suspicious.
glomping him.
Yeah, well, it's glomping onto you. 5 little plasmuses jumping on the bed. One falls off and it is now dead.
Ew.
Actually, just remembered I want to make another shout out to another Rachel, the one who actually made me watch Teen Titans.
Hey,
Well, I mean,
what a
okay, I
hero.
watched the show when
A
I
good
was
Rachel,
on
what do you
TV,
know?
but then, like, in high school, she lent the DVDs to me, and we rewatched it together. So
Cool. All right. So they turn into 5 little goos. Now you can still attack little goos. Now let me do some math to determine how much each of these goos, hit points these goos got. So,
Ooh.
not very much. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, they're little goos. They look kind of pathetic. They're in various shapes. Like one is like a head of Plasmus with like little legs, and then like one is like a weird snake-looking creature, and various other weird shapes that Plasmus has taken on. But it seems their intention is as soon as they can, they're gonna fucking bolt in multiple directions. But right now, they are still kind of screwed.
Okay.
Yeah. So now it's now you can attack each of the individual goos with the remainder of the dog's attacks.
Okay, so the 2 and the 5 hit 2 different goos.
All right. Amazingly, those are not enough to outright destroy those goos yet.
Okay.
2 of them get bitten into now by the blink dogs and aren't looking great. But yeah. Now it is their turn. They're going to try to get GTFO. So as he's going to try to move, right?
Yeah.
He will be attacked by 2 blink dogs.
Okay.
So go ahead and you can do opportunity
1,
attacks.
2. One of them hits. 4 bite.
He's looking hurt. The more hurt ones are still whatever. So he moves over to this pillar and starts slurping up the pillar.
Ew.
Not slurp. He starts moving up the pillar, right?
Yeah.
So he moves up the pillar and he's climbed a bit.
Nice save.
Right? And he's like glopped onto the side of one of the. You know, I realize they might need different initiatives, but I am just gonna keep them as a swarm like the blink dogs because that's easier. Right?
Understandable.
You know? So, so he goes up there and he is gonna shoot he's gonna like barf out a web of goop onto some of the blink dogs. So yeah, he basically does a goopy web, and he's gonna wrap up 2 of the blink dogs in web. So each creature that starts its turn in the webs or that enters them during its turn must make a dex. So on their turn, they will have to make a dex save or be restrained by the webbing on the ground.
Looking at the board, this looks just like a really dumb game of like chess between like slime guys and dogs.
Wouldn't that
Isn't that
just
just
naturally
D&D?
describe D&D though?
Yeah.
A really dumb game of chess between slime guys and dogs. Now, another one is going to try to move. Same dealio. He's going to get attacked by 2 dogs.
Okay. 1 hit. 3 bite damage.
So he goes up there, and he is going to shoot Goo at...
Question really fast.
Yes.
When he moved away from the one, I think he moved out of range of 3 blink dogs that had reactions. Because he was in the middle
that's
and that
true,
one
yes.
diagonal.
I think this one and that one used their reaction, but this one
This one
technically
could use its
have.
reaction, though. Yes. So you could make a 3rd blink dog attack against that last one if you want to.
But I could also save it for this guy.
You could.
I'm just gonna say 2 of them bit it.
Cool. Good catch, though. All right. So then he moves, and he's going to shoot Goo. It's 20-foot cube, right? So he can get these 3. Shoots Goo at them, so at the start of their turn, they're going to have to make a dex save, right?
Okay.
I still have 3 to move. This one is going to move. Now, these 2, right, have already made their reactions.
Yeah.
Now, this one can, however, make
This one.
its reaction.
I will do that. It misses.
It misses. So he moves over. He moves onto here, and then he uses his climb speed to move a little ways up the thing. I'll say he's like on that side of it.
The surrounding us on the pillars.
He's going to shoot his web down and goo these 3 dogs on the left side and you, Beast Boy.
So it hit all 3 dogs and me.
Yes.
Cool.
Rude.
So at the beginning of your turns, dex save, you guys getting the pattern now, I'm sure. This one is going to shoot its web at the last dog and at Robin.
Which one's moving?
It's not moving, right? It's
it's just
put.
shooting me with its web.
It's just shooting the web. So in your turns, it's going to be the web thing on the dex save. Now, and the last one is this going to use an attack. He only has 1 attack because he's little, but he's like glomped onto you. I'm glad we're using that adjective.
You're welcome.
And he's gonna try to attack you. That's a 19 to hit.
My AC is a 20.
All right, so he does not get you. All right, now it's Beast Boy's turn. Start of your turn, I'm gonna need you to make a dex save to see if you're restrained.
Okay, as a giant crocodile, my dex is -1.
Mm-hmm.
What? That's lame. Okay. I didn't know they were not dexterous.
They are crocos.
A 7.
A 7 will not do it. You are restrained. So you can still attack, but your attack rolls are gonna have disadvantage.
Okay, I'm gonna turn back into Beast Boy. I'm gonna tell Robin, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna try and paralyze it as a bee.
The fact you're telling him this is
And I'm gonna turn into a bee.
You just see a very
giant wasp.
Okay, that's more like it.
A giant wasp.
You just see a
giant one. No, a giant
wasp.
A giant wasp. I'm gonna turn into a giant wasp, and I'm gonna sting the one right in front of me. The interesting thing about this is if the poison damage from the sting reduces the target to 0 hit points, the target is stable but poisoned for an hour. even after regaining hit points, and is paralyzed while poisoned in this way.
Interesting.
Hey,
I'm trying to
nice.
stun it.
Good thought. I don't know how to work against Goo-Man, but
I have no idea.
Excellent strategy.
I have no idea.
The superhero.
Okay, but it first needs to hit.
Yep.
That'll hit. Okay.
Yeah.
And so it does 5 piercing damage, and then
All right.
3d6 poison damage.
Cool. It's not even a con save for poison damage?
Okay, wait, yeah. Target must make a DC 11 Constitution saving throw or take 3d6 poison damage. On a failed save, half as much damage.
Okay. Well, it's not really important because he doesn't have that much health left. So,
7 poison damage.
Stab him, and his form starts to like destabilize and melt into goo. And also, you squirt the poison into him, and he like turns a sickly green color.
It worked.
I guess. Okay. That is
Just
that
gotta do that to all of them.
So he's not dead, right?
He's stunned.
The cloney thing?
Well, was it reduced to 0 hit points?
Yes.
So it is stable and poisoned for an hour.
Technically, the 5 piercing already did that.
Oh,
but
so is it just dead outright?
No. I mean, you're
they
not 100%
happened at the same
yet,
time.
But well, the poison damage isn't what reduced him to 0 hit points. It's a valiant effort and very valid. However, the thing with Plasmus is that unless you do a massive amount of damage, like happened to Cinderblock, you're not even going to get close to like outright killing him, like unless you intentionally intend to, or like you coup de grace him, right?
Like with a double bonus, like fire beam attack.
Yeah. Right. So right now he just melts into a pile of inert goo.
Okay.
All right. Is that your turn?
Yeah, that's my turn.
All right.
Or actually, I'm gonna go fly over towards this guy since I don't have any guy attacking me right now. How high up is he? How high is he?
Not very high because it was split between 2 movement speeds. So actually, they're probably about maybe 5 to 10 feet up the pillars.
Oh, I have a fly speed of 50 feet as a giant wasp, so I could probably reach him.
Sting them all.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up to him.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Robin, go ahead and make a dex save at the start of your turn to see if you're restrained.
Holy!
Why did you roll 5 d20s plus 9?
I forgot the 5 was on there from the last damage. I was like 90. I really did. Come on. 23. Not as good as a 90, but still.
Robin has become a god.
You still succeed. You are not stuck in the web. And restrained, so you can proceed with your attack.
Okay, I'm
with
gonna
your turn normally.
Punch my way out of this. 17. Technically, it's at advantage. It's still 17.
Okay. Yes, the 17 will hit.
And should I be? I'm assuming he's not close enough that it's going to be like I shouldn't be rolling all these against him.
Just do the first one and see what happens.
Oh, that bad, huh? 7.
All right. You smack him. You do a big karate chop, and he dissolves into a goop. And you think you see an object start like in the goop.
An object.
Yes, as it starts to melt.
Can I tell what the object is?
It looks like a device of some kind. It's not fully uncovered yet.
And I wouldn't be able to use the rest of my action to look at this.
You can use a bonus action for a simple item interaction.
Okay, yeah, I'll use my bonus action for that then.
Okay. Cool. Well, you could also use your bonus action to grab it real quick, and then you could use the rest of your attack actions.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll just grab it so I can just have it.
All right, so you see this thing starting to be uncovered. You quickly snatch it, and you can move over to another Plasmus.
And you said he's
right.
How far up?
Like 10 feet.
Oh, so then as I run, I activate my quarterstaff and extend it, and I'm just gonna thwack it into him.
Cool.
That's a 23 and 6 points of damage.
All right, he's gone. He dissolves and slops onto the ground.
Ew.
Slops. What a great word, right?
Slop. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then in that case, I'm going to use the rest of my move. Right. Okay, now I'm done.
All right, now blank dogs.
Blank dogs. I don't think they could do anything.
Chase them.
I'm just gonna move them. Yeah, they're gonna teleport.
How far can they teleport?
They can teleport like. Hold on. I think like 30 feet. Let me see.
I was like, can they?
Yeah, but I think it's one of their actions. Though,
40 feet.
You know?
Yeah. I was like, can you just teleport them on top of the slimes?
Magically teleports along with any equipment swearing up to 40 feet in unoccupied space. Before or after teleporting, the dog can make one bite attack.
Okay, cool. So you could teleport into the air and they could attack.
Yeah, but then they would fall like 20 feet.
That's okay.
No, they're not that high. They're like 10 feet.
They're like 10 feet? Okay. Yeah, 2 of them are gonna do that. 2 of them are gonna teleport onto these guys, Gooey-Jam-Butts and
Gooey-Jam-Butts.
Episode should be called Gooey-Jam-Butts.
Teen Titans Roll. Episode. Wait, what would it be? The episode 11. Apprentice Part 1, Part 2. Gooey-Jam-Butts.
Yeah, if every part had a name.
They both hit.
Yeah, they both hit. So roll damage.
Oh, they're gonna kill them. All right. One of them is a 3. This one is a 3, and this one's a 7.
Okay. They both go down. They slop onto the floor. All right. So with the combat done, you guys are left in this room with these piles of goo, which are kind of shifting, like, pathetically, but like not enough. They're like very slowly, like kind of trying to like reconnect and find each other, but it's basically like he has been knocked out and won't be able to do that for a while.
Okay.
Now, this object that you pulled from the goo.
Question: is Plasmus a
what
being in of itself, or is it a man inside Plasmus?
It is a human that transforms into this, isn't it?
Yeah.
So is there a body right now? Well, not a body, but like an unconscious.
Wait, that's a good question. I actually don't remember if he
May I
turn back into a body? Do you remember, Paul?
So in the first episode of the show, it is implied that the guy turns into him. He does not seem to be in there. He seems to turn into him. As evidenced by the fact later on, I believe Raven kind of explodes Plasmus's body. And like, he shows up again later, like it's not a big deal. I think he's just a goop guy.
Yeah, he's just a goop guy while he's conscious, right? Now,
yeah, when he's sleeping, he's
human. He's a human. However, right now he's perhaps semi-unconscious, but he is a disparate, splattered entity. So you don't know like what he'll resolve himself as if you like put all the goop together and let it sit for a while.
Yeah, that's fair.
We never saw that dude again after Divide and Conquer, so I don't know
Yeah,
if he's
yeah.
a thing in any way, shape, or form.
Right. Like he might just be, since he was woken up, he's just cursed to be a goo man forever. Who knows? But yeah. That's a good question. But all right. With all the pieces having melted into inert piles of goo, you found this small object. It is some sort of GPS guidance device. And it has this geolocation, like it has a map on it, right? It has a geolocation of this dot that looks to be where its location, and then various like schematics and like a city overlay. And then you see a little distance away, there's this one indicator on it. It's blinking, and it has an S icon on it.
Slade.
Yes. And now we can switch to the boat chase.
Oh my god, we're in this episode?
Apparently.
I left already. I'm gone.
Blink dogs for the win.
Indeed. Okay. So, all right. You guys are chasing a friggin' boat. So,
The fastest boat in the world
is the fastest boat in the world. Now, I need to reiterate again, for Paul's sake, that while you are very fast, right? Natural speed of 120 feet.
Aussie,
right?
we're listening.
Yes. So, while you are very fast, so 120 feet, and you can dash and you can double that, right? Now, you can move faster than that, as I've stated in the past. However, it starts to have drastic physical effects on the environment because you don't have a speed force that negates physical effects of super speed. So, going really fast. Yes.
I do want to clarify. You told me I could safely go at my movement speed, which is 120 feet, correct?
Yes.
Would a dash put that over the limit? Because I feel like 240 feet per 6 seconds is going to catch just about anything.
Okay, now this gets into a weird conversation about how when people talk about movement speed in D&D, it's actually not that fast, and how it's more of an abstraction for combat speed, and I understand that, and how traveling speed should probably be paced differently.
I've never heard any of that before. It sounds like you're making excuses.
Hey, Vsauce here. Anyway, now here's the thing. So, if you really want me to do this right now, speed boat can move up to 85 miles an hour.
Do that math, Joey.
MPH to feet per second, 124 feet per second.
Damn.
And in 6 seconds, so a 6 second time span would be would be reducing, right? Because
720 feet per second for 6 seconds.
Right. Yes. So that's assuming this. Now, here's the point. All that shit is irrelevant because the episode is you don't just fly straight up to the boat and land on the boat. It doesn't happen.
Okay, I want to clarify something that was brought
But
up.
this is D&D.
I'm not done. Sorry.
Good.
I'm gonna let you finish, but I do want to point out that there has been a major difference in this campaign that has altered the events of the TV show, and that is motherfucking magic. And I have to cast haste on myself, doubling my goddamn speed.
Wait, did you cast it on yourself? Because I can cast it on you too.
I can cast it on myself, going, which would make me go, let's see, 120 times 2 is 240 times 2 is 480,
Right.
480 feet for 6 seconds.
That's not
Yes.
healthy.
Yes. It's not. Now, here's the thing. So that's all fine and good.
Oh,
right?
remember
Now,
I think I cast Long Strider on you. Just
stop.
remember.
Who gives a shit? Like, who gives a shit about an extra 20 feet? Fuck you.
Go ahead.
It adds up.
I don't care. I don't care. Now that's all fine, right? Now, what happens in the episode is as soon as they start to catch up, which they do, right? Because it's just a speedboat, the robot activates the defense mode, which starts attacking, right?
Okay.
So basically what will happen is you guys will catch up like in the first round, right? Not like the second round or third round. And the robot will see that and as a reaction activate the defense mode of the boat. These two turrets pop out and you guys are basically right on top of them when they start firing at you.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a organized strike by Slade. He knows that
Yes.
that Starfire can go super hella fast.
Listen, he's always underestimating us. That's his weakness. But also, I do
Yes.
need to ask: does Raven know she's here right now? But that was a very long battle.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Do you know
I'm very aware.
We're just making sure.
So Raven basically you're like, wait, hold on, and Raven is just like fucking rocketing down the thing as like this like faintly like blue streak with the after image trail of the haste effect.
Starfire,
as you
mean.
zoom
Yeah.
down. Yeah, Starfire. As you zoom down, you start to feel so you're like basically like holding on for dear life, and like the wind is like doing that thing where it's like blowing your cheeks like back, and your teeth are all
Just
like
like Woody in Toy Story.
and Cyborg, you are like, whoa, you're feeling like you can almost feel the bolts and the connecting your metal plates like start like rattling.
Am I
pretty
carrying both
intensely.
of them?
Yes.
Yeah,
that's
I'm
what she
carrying
said
both
last
of them.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I
Raven
thought I was-
is
thought I was
holding on
coming
like
behind.
piggyback.
So it looks a lot like the
Um,
end of Toy Story. Yeah.
So would that like be enough to provide encumbrance and half her speed?
She's super
Cyborg,
fucking
shut your
strong,
goddamn
so-
mouth.
No, she's Superman. She's Superman in a spaceship, so
She
no.
goddamn skipped
I'm
Like if you really wanted me to
You can
stat it
stab
out, it would be
immediate
like
face.
it would be like the Goliath ability to carry twice your normal carrying capacity, except it would be like 40 times.
all right. So real question here. Can I roll an Arcana check to see about how close I can cast the Vortex Warp spell to that bomb before it starts getting dangerous?
You can. Now you're moving really fast. I mean, feel free to do so. You guys are already on top of the boat. The
Oh.
turrets are already like firing up at you
Oh,
as you're flying above the surface of the boat.
well,
So like
even so, I mean, I guess just
Yeah.
for knowledge sake. So
yeah, go ahead and roll for knowledge.
that's a 27.
Okay, 27. You get the sense that any spatial disturbance within the range of 10 to potentially 15 feet will cause a problem.
So anywhere in the boat radius. Got it.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Raven, is there anything you want to do before these turrets attack you? And you guys know that just as assuredly as spatial manipulation is a problem, physical movement of the bomb could very well be a problem. In fact, you're like, this is kind of fucking crazy that it's flying down a sewer on a speedboat right now. Like, that's pretty disconcerting.
Am I within range to like do anything with telekinesis to the boat?
To the boat, yes. Now, the boat is moving very fast, and the bomb is sitting in the boat.
shit.
It doesn't look
I
like
forgot about the bomb.
especially it's sitting there, it's staying stable of its own weight, which is fairly significant. But if you like cold cock, like just stop the boat, for instance, with telekinesis, physics.
I mean, my plan was to like grab the back and try to slow it down, but
Right.
that would
Right.
probably just stop it, wouldn't it?
You
Or at
probably
the very
would
least
slow
send it,
down or stop.
yeah,
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
at least very least send the thing flying. So I guess that's not a good idea. Now, did we already decide that like if I try to grab the bomb that bad things would happen? Was that something we established?
It's very likely that if you try to move it either magically with spatial magic or just physically in any way, like with strength from Starfire or telekinesis, that could be bad.
Okay. Can I
There is a robot driving the boat and actively engaging.
Can I fling him off the boat and then grab the steering wheel and keep it stable?
That's a great idea.
Sure. Yes. Go ahead and roll an ability check.
14.
Okay. It's actually pretty low, so he might succeed. So let me just see if he does. Sorry, I gotta pull up that stat block while I'm burping. GURPS. But he rolls a 7.
Yeah.
So he failed. You grab him, you can move him up to 30 feet.
I literally just yeet him off the boat and then grab the steering wheel.
That's pretty much what happened in the episode where like Cyborg got on the boat and then grabbed him and yeeted him off the boat.
It's my turn. Sorry,
so you
Cyborg.
wreath him in this dark energy and then chuck him off the boat. Now that is your action to do that with telekinesis. So you cannot immediately grab the controls. So though they are set forward, at the speed that they go, right?
Yeah.
So you can't yet like disable the defense mode, which has just been activated, or like manipulate the controls. The turrets fire up at you guys, so they're gonna make some attacks at you. I'm gonna roll. So basically, it's Cyborg and Starfire on the bottom, right? So those are the two that are the most immediate target lock. That's a 25 to hit you, Cyborg. And Starfire, this is a 20 to hit you.
That does hit.
You do have a plus. Oh, that will just hit even with your +2 from haste.
Okay, yeah.
So they turn up at you and fire off these bursts of like laser fire. And
They glomp at us?
No, we're not using that adjective for everything. Cyborg, you take 17 points of radiant damage,
Morg.
which you are not resistant to.
No.
And Starfire, you actually take 8 points of radiant damage, which you are resistant to.
Alright.
Wow. Really? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, that is that attack turn. Is the turrets fire up at you. Now, what you guys see now is the speedboat is moving straight forward at high speed, and you see down the tunnel starts to turn, and no one is yet in the boat to turn the boat.
Ah!
Someone's gonna have to get in that boat.
I tried.
Raven, get your little ass over there.
Okay, now it's y'all's turns again. You can act in whatever order you want to.
Can I get to the steering wheel?
Yeah, you can land everyone in the boat.
Hold
Everyone's
up.
gonna down into the
Starfire's
boat.
driving. I've
wanna
never seen
drive.
her drive, but I somehow feel like she's not a good driver.
I want to drive.
You want to drive? Okay, you want to try to maneuver the boat so that
Yeah,
it doesn't crash into the
Yeah,
wall?
I pop in there and I seize that wheel and I'm just like, ask any racer, any real racer. It doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning is winning. And I take that wheel and I try to make that turn.
Okay, you get to this. Now you think you understand a lot about it, right? Because you watch Fast and Furious and you're like, oh yeah, it's these primitive like wheel controls and pedals and stuff on Earth.
I'm pretty
But you
sure
immediately-
that they propel their cars by turning wheels really sharply.
Yes, pretty much. You get down there and immediately, like as you put your hands on the wheel, you're like, where's the 3D holographic display? I don't understand the readout of this of this vessel at all. Like, how does this work? You definitely do not. It's a funny situation of not you being too dumb for Earth technology, but Earth technology being too dumb for you.
Right, yeah. It's like if one of us was like put in charge of like a horse and carriage, like suddenly, like.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, well then after making my dramatic speech, I just let go and start screaming in the direction of Cyborg, like.
Okay. All right, Cyborg, do you want to try to grab the wheel?
Oh man, I guess I have to. Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you can roll either a dexterity check with proficiency or an intelligence check with proficiency.
Will that take my full action?
This is your turn, yes.
To run and grab the wheel.
Well, it's not just running and grabbing the wheel. You're at the wheel, right?
Control of it.
You are trying to successfully
Oh,
slow the boat down enough for the turn and
okay.
control it so that you
Got it.
start to slow down and that you successfully make this turn
All right.
around the corner.
So what's the check?
It can be intelligence or dex, and you have proficiency in it.
Yes, I do. All right.
And yes, you could do Flash of Genius and all that artificer bullshit.
Who needs that when I already have a plus that 11? I rolled a 21.
Okay. I mean, navigating a boat, speedboat through a sewer is arguably a very difficult check, which is like a 25.
Oh no!
You should have used Flash of Genius.
Who'd have thought it would be that hard? Maybe me. I guess
So-
it's too late now.
Basically what happens is you get the turn, but you don't decelerate quite enough. You make the turn, but the boat is scraping against the side of the sewer as it makes the turn, and then hits the straightaway again, the new straightaway, and sparks are flying off, and the bomb, right, goes, it like tilts, and then like it moves with the boat, like, and then restabilizes the boat. It's almost the bomb that like pulls you back into the straightaway. And you guys all just look with horror at the ball, back at the ball.
Can I do I have any reason to think I couldn't pick it up?
You could pick it up, yeah.
Starfire could fly into space, right?
You're in a sewer.
Joey, I'm gonna need you to answer me honestly. What are the odds that I could just burst out of this sewer?
You can burst out of the sewer,
Could
but the thing will
explode the
definitely
bomb if you can.
explode.
I'm just brainstorming here, okay?
It's like, what are the odds that Superman can carry me through 40,000 buildings without me getting one shard of glass like in my neck? It's not impossible, but it's stupid. Like he would never do it.
All he
Oh
has
fuck!
to do
Oh,
is,
fuck! Okay.
all he has to do is use that like shield thing on his chest, and it'll protect you.
Okay. You know what I'm gonna do? And if somebody else wants to do something, but my thought is I am going to.
Yeah. So first point of things
Yeah.
is that if Raven wants to do something, it's her opportunity
Yeah,
to do
absolutely.
so. right before. And second of all, you guys, with a successful check, you guys will be able to like be Cyborg will be able to slow the boat down to a point where you guys can like safely slow down and deal with the bomb.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yes. So I just want to make sure you have the proper perspective on events. They're certainly harrowing,
Yeah.
but you are close to having the situation under control.
Okay. So Raven, it's your ball.
I'm just gonna assist Cyborg in steadying and slowing down the boat. With I
Yeah.
guess telekinesis or whatever.
Yeah, certainly. So you start to move, like decelerate the boat gradually with your telekinesis. And yeah, that will definitely help Cyborg do that. So you guys are on a new straightaway with the boat. Cyborg, you can, I'll say with the yeah, it'll be a check at advantage since Raven is helping you by helping you decelerate the boat to get the boat to a controllable speed at the proper rate, so that the bomb doesn't like shift or move or fall off.
I'm still going to use Flash of Genius, which gives me double intelligence. Is that how I can do this?
I think. Well, yeah, you add your intelligence modifier to on top of a roll again.
Okay.
So yes, double intelligence.
Let's do this.
Yeah, and you have advantage because Raven's helping you decelerate the boat.
I got a 20 and a 29.
Okay, yes, the 29 will absolutely do it. You basically, at some point about halfway down the tunnel, before the next curve in the tunnel, you slow the boat to a gradual stop as you see it there. And you guys are now standing on the boat, and you all look back at the bomb. It hasn't done anything yet. It's this big, like, metallic object, and doesn't look like it has any paneling or surfaces on it, like paneled surfaces on it quite yet. It seems like from an engineering perspective, like when it's armed, it will expand outward. Like it looks collapsed right now, like in a more compact state. Um, so yes, you guys are on the boat.
So the backup plan is to
Wait.
cast this thing into an extra
Here-
dimensional space, right?
I did mess up on a detail because I wasn't paying close enough attention
what's
to
up?
my my thing. Okay, so there was an input code. Well, no, here's what I'll say. Because things happen so much faster, the robot didn't have time to put things in autopilot. Never mind. There was a lockout sequence for the controls of the boat into autopilot that happened in the show, but you guys got to the boat so much faster that I'm just gonna say he didn't even have the opportunity to do that before he was telekinesis off the boat.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right. Just addressing that in case, one of our 3 fans is like, what? Bullshit. Anyway.
That's it. That's the last straw.
Okay. So, as the boat slows to a stop, you turn around and you guys are looking at the bomb. Yeah. I mean, as I said, it jostled a decent bit, but ultimately returned to its resting place. So yeah, what would you like to do?
I want to disarm that crap.
All right.
But do we have a fallback plan if something goes wrong?
I raise a finger and I say, I could make the bomb very small.
That is a. Oh, you know what? If all else fails, maybe it could probably hurt. We did have the idea of throwing it inside a extra dimensional space. That would probably destroy a lot of things, but maybe it wouldn't be it would be less bad.
Would the
Maybe.
spatial magic interact in a way that would be destructive?
Probably.
Yes, and also manipulating the size of something is maybe spatial manipulation. I don't know.
Let me see.
Actually, I don't know the answer to that question. It's certainly not teleportation, right? It's not moving it through space, but it's
Okay.
I don't know what it is.
I've got a practical question here.
Transmutation, if that helps.
So
Sure, I guess.
no,
Yes, Cyber.
no. That one I was gonna say, if I could turn into a tiny servant, would it then be smart enough to disable itself? But no, a tiny servant only has a 2 intelligence. That it was a good idea, but
It wasn't.
does anybody have anything that boosts intelligence enough for it to disable itself?
If there's an intelligence booster, you're probably the one who has it.
Yeah, that's right. I should probably just
Um,
start disabling this thing. All right, here it goes. See you guys on the other side.
Okay, are you gonna try to approach it?
I'm going to walk towards it, yes, and try.
All right, do you?
I'm going to
All right.
move my hand towards it. I'm gonna put my hand on it and stroke it a little bit, just to get it, just to make sure it's okay. Hey
It doesn't
there,
seem to
little
react.
Mom. Hey,
So it doesn't seem to react
okay,
for a moment,
good bomb.
and then it suddenly reacts. And the bomb, as you touch it, right? It expands. So basically, it's compact right now. It detaches in like 3 portions, and expands and starts glowing red.
Oh no! Expand bomb.
It is very clear that it is effectively armed at the moment.
do we have any idea of a blast radius?
He said, well, I mean, it's a big weapon of mass destruction, so like you guys would guess that probably city size, at least.
So like 480 feet wouldn't really do much, is what you're saying.
No. Like you could start doing it, but if it goes like immediately, like after your turn, like, you know, maybe you'll save some of the people who live on like 1st or 2nd story buildings.
I could cast Shatter on it.
Oh, that sounds very intelligent.
Cyborg!
Well,
now what you see, so this happens, it arms, and you guys are like, oh. And you do see, however, there's more access to its paneling now. You do see a panel in front of you, Cyborg, that has these wires running to it. And it's covered right now, though you can tell that this is probably the panel that covers the chromium core. Now, you'd probably need to take the panel off to get a better look at the connections to see if you understand what connections are leading to what pathways.
I want to engage in that process.
Okay. Give me a Thieves' Tools check to safely remove the panel.
Oh, that's something I actually have.
Or a Tinker Tools check.
I have both of those.
Cool.
And electrician's tools. Anyway.
That is, yeah, probably relevant.
Dexterity, I take it.
Yes.
All right. Here we go. If I fail this, we're all dead. It's okay.
Yeah. You can add Flash of Genius.
Oh, well, too late now. I rolled a 23.
Okay, you remove the panel. Thankfully, that was not the super hard part. You unscrew the panel and you look at it. You see this like core, this like spherical core that's like set into the that's like set into the device, right? And that is the primary, like that's where all the magic happens, right? That is the thing that things connect to. that creates the spatial temporal release that removes chronotons from the immediate area. And there are these wires leading into the box that you just took the panel off of. Now, as the core is revealed to the open air, Starfire, you immediately feel a sneeze coming on, and you start to like reel back for a sneeze.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump back 120 feet for that sneeze.
No!
Now, as a reaction, one of you guys, I will say, it is going to be a intelligence or a dexterity check to also to throw a telekinetic sphere, Raven, around her head so that she doesn't like blow everyone up. But also, yes, you could try to move 120 feet, Starfire, if you want to.
I mean, I am gonna try. I'm gonna try the shield regardless.
Okay, so go ahead and I think your intelligence is better. Just roll an intelligence check to basically say that like you're ready for this in essence, and you can like do it on her right away.
Readying an action, kind of.
Yeah.
Do I add any proficiency or anything to that?
Let's just say intelligence for the moment.
20, not natural.
Cool. So you definitely like you are starting to fly off the boat, Starfire.
Yeah.
When, in assistance of your efforts, basically as you can't help but let the sneeze go, Raven does like put your head in like a telekinetic bubble that just goes, and then it releases. Thankfully not, but yeah. So you're good. You didn't blow up the bomb. And you think you know now, okay, well, you're a little more used to it, or you can distance yourself enough to where you're not like right on it if you sneeze again.
Well, good. So is Cyborg still hacking it?
So basically, Cyborg, you see the bomb situation. Now you see the whole situation of it. You have, you basically have these tools like coming out of your fingers, right? You have this little like blowtorch thing you could cut connections with and stuff like that, little laser cutters or snippers or screwdrivers and stuff.
Okay.
You see, go ahead and roll Arcana to identify which you're not sure what the configuration is. So like all the cables, right, they're all gray.
Okay.
And there are probably multiple cables that look like they're all within like 4 different like cable connections that connect up from another portion of the bomb into the paneling. So disconnecting one of the wires, classic disconnect the right wire situation.
Kind of flash of genius, this isn't it?
Yes, you can.
That's glad I did. I rolled a 3, so that's a 21.
All right. So you guys are all standing around anxiously, looking over his shoulder, right?
Yep.
As you lean forward and you cut one of the cable connections. And nothing seems to happen for a moment. And then and the lights go like they're turning off.
Hey, I think I got it, guys.
And then they activate and an alarm starts going off. And we're gonna switch the scene back to Robin and Beast Boy.
What? No! And the scene is Robin and Beast Boy are over there, and suddenly a giant explosion happens.
It wouldn't even be that. It would be they defeat. It would be like they defeat. It's like it would be like, yay, they defeated Plasmus. And then like 400 years later, they're like, yay, we defeated Plasmus. And then they wander outside the city and are like, what?
Something's
Anyway.
not right.
Okay.
Pikachu!
Um.
All right.
So
Alright, so I was a
you
wasp.
guys.
I fly down
Yeah.
to him.
So. All right. Cool. You
And I
fly
turn
down.
back into Beast Boy.
Yeah. So Robin, you have this this geolocator with Slade's location on it.
I'm like, what was that guy? He was like jelly. Where'd he come from? Might get Slade.
That was Plasmus. He can make himself into, well, that when he's awake. My guess is Slade's trying to slow us down from the bomb. But it looks like from this, he's got a geolocation on maybe his location.
I'm sorry, I disobeyed orders and I came with you.
Well, I kind of don't know if I could have taken him out by myself. I just, want us to make sure we're taking care of that bomb. So I appreciate it still. Kind of pat him on the head.
Oh, senpai.
Is that does it have a tracker for Slade?
I mean, there's an S on this that looks like him. But I don't know if we should go after him by ourselves. If it's a trap, we could have an issue.
I don't think I'll be help disarming a bomb, I'll be honest.
I think they're probably way further ahead than we're going to be able to catch up to them at this point. So maybe we should check this. You know what? Let's be careful. But let's check this out. Maybe we can get that detonator.
I mean, he doesn't know we have a tracker on him. We could find him.
He's really smart. Part of me thinks that he knows that this is on him. We could be walking into a trap. But I don't know. I feel like this is our only option.
Well, where does it say?
How close does the blip seem to our location currently?
Fairly close, and it seems like feasible intel, giving what you know just about like the fact of like radio frequency, like staying within effective range while still being like far enough away. Basically it looks feasible that this location could be his authentic location. Now, and it looks like to be like you would basically go through the sewer systems. It's another area within the sewer systems, probably some sort of maintenance junction area underneath the city.
I'll follow your lead. We could either meet up with the team and go together, or I don't know.
Let's try to be as stealthy as we can and try and see if we can gather some intel. See if he's actually there.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. All right, so you guys are going to start heading out with your blink dogs to the location?
Yeah.
Definitely with the blink dogs.
Definitely with the
All right.
Very stealthy.
I
So
told him
definitely
to not bark. No bark. No bark.
No bark.
Oh, no bark.
Unless a little bark.
No. Bark.
It licks you in the face.
I pet.
I pet. Okay. Okay. So you guys start heading towards the hideout, and after a while, you do get there. You start to head in. So you guys are trying to be stealthy, right?
Yes.
All right. So, um, now what you find is that it's basically this room, like as you're following the map and on this device, and you're looking at the signs in the sewers. You basically find that there's basically this junction area. That's probably some sort of maintenance area in the sewer system for workers to be. And you really only see one corridor leading to a door that leads into this area. You, as far as you can tell, you don't see any other access points. So stealth capability will probably be limited. And like, this looks to you, Robin, like a very intentional tactical decision on Slade's part.
I will use pass
1
without a
point of-
trace.
Okay.
I
I mean,
Probably
what
won't help much,
yeah.
but
Well, so you guys will probably stealth up to the point as much as possible, but eventually it becomes
an open
one
door.
hallway to one door into one area,
Mm.
right? And the door itself isn't open. When you get to it, it's like a metal door, right? And it is sealed. So it would probably take... This also looks intentional. Like, it's not a lock, right?
Mhm.
This thing would have to be blown open or welded open, from the point.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
not good.
So like, it's a natural alarm mechanism, the fact that the door is sealed shut.
Ooh, that looks bad.
I mean, I could potentially blow it open,
Yeah.
but it's going to give away our location immediately. But there's no other way in.
Yes. And as you're standing by the door, kind of like whispering to each other, you do hear inside the room, like as you're standing by the door, you're like listening at the doorway, you're looking over the door. You hear a faint voice, like within the room, say, "Hurry, young titans. Your time is running out."
Oh no, there's a pervert watching us.
And it sounds like it's not just on the other side of the door, but like a good ways into the room.
Okay, everybody back up. He knows we're here. We got to do this fast. And I'm going to take out Oh, other question for you.
Yeah.
I've been just making stuff on my long rests. How much am I able to
Mhm.
carry?
Oh, that is a funny point, because you can like make...
Listen, at this point, I have like 20 of each item.
right. I'm sure you have that much. I don't think you have that much on your person per se.
That's what I
It
figured.
just becomes like, I would say, like, whatever you can make in a long rest, maximally is how much you can carry, right?
Okay.
So like, you have the rolls that I gave you, right? That you roll this. It's was it something plus your proficiency?
It's 8 plus my proficiency modifier plus my intelligence.
Okay.
So that's 4, 8, so 16. Okay. That's
right.
good enough.
And so that's the maximal number that you can have in a given
That makes sense.
long rest. It's basically assumed that the amount of gadgets recharges, because you build more over the night, and then you have your maximum again. All right.
Okay. So I'm going to place 3 of my explosion, 4 of them at all the corners. And
All right.
I'm like, wave my hand at Beast Boy to back up.
I back up.
I put my like, put your fingers in your ears.
I do.
Tell your dogs to.
They don't have fingers.
Good enough. I cover my ears and I blow the door.
All right, the door blows off inward into the room. All right, and
I'm gonna sprint for the door.
Do you head in?
Yeah.
All right, so you sprint through the door. Beast Boy,
Yeah.
are you following?
Yeah, me and the dogs follow.
All right, so basically where you guys position yourself is, Robin, you immediately run out. You're on this balcony, right, which is where the door entrance was. the door has flown off into fuck knows where into the darkness, right? But like, um, you see now below where you are. So you guys are on a balcony, right? So you and Beast Boy are standing up on a balcony, and all the dogs kind of file off behind you to the side so that they have room to be in the room. And now there are stairs that lead down off the balcony. They are basically now all positioned like in the balcony on a line. So it's basically like 5-foot passageway. They all file off past you. You know, they're all still up there, but like it's basically like just long enough a balcony before it hits stairs for all the dogs to be there.
Yeah.
So like all in a 5-foot area, and you two are like in the center point, 5-foot areas in front of the door. You look down and you see Slade standing there, his back to you, and he is watching these big screens that have that are watching the other group. Is there anything you want to say to him, like in response to you busting through the door?
It's over, Slade. Whatever you're doing, we're ending it right now.
Robin, welcome. I've been expecting you for some time.
Bet you weren't
I was-
expecting me too.
He looks at you and says, but I'm glad you're here. You'll be a valuable object lesson for your young Robin.
What kind of is this like a room with like piping and stuff like that on the ceiling?
So the ceiling situation is essentially, so it's a kind of a big room. It kind of disappears off into darkness in various areas, right? And the ceiling situation is such, it kind of disappears into darkness, but you do see that before it disappears in darkness that the ceiling goes up very high, and that there's like these big like clockwork gears moving in the ceiling, like big like giant gears that are controlling who knows what the hell is being controlled by gear mechanics in the sewer system, but it's big and complex and a bunch of like clockwork big gears.
Very
that,
steampunk.
Very steampunk. You basically, if you were up there and you got caught in one of those gears, your whole body would just be crushed. But there's varying platforms, but that you could stand on up there, but they're all moving actively. And then there's like service like pathways along certain avenues of these things, but then everything sort of disappears into darkness. You'd have to be further up to get a look at it.
I'm gonna look for a spot to shoot my grappling hook and try and swing right down the Slade.
Okay. All right. And you also could just hop down, like you wouldn't take any damage from the fall damage of this balcony.
Oh, how far?
It's like 20 feet. Oh. It's like 20 feet and 15 to 20 feet, and there's also stairs on either side leading down, right?
Sure, because that would be my. So my question: grapple. It says treat this as a ranged weapon attack. That wouldn't be a monk weapon, would it? Technically.
Wait. Sorry. Your grappling hook.
Yes.
It would be a monk weapon, but it doesn't do damage. It's a grappling.
Right, but like, would it technically count as an action where I could go into the rest of my attack actions off?
Yeah. No, you can shoot it as like a ranged, like weapon attack, and then do the rest of your stuff.
So how far is he from me running then?
So he is down about 20 feet and forward about, I'd say, another 20 feet. So 40 in total.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I'll just run up to him then.
Okay, cool. So if we're going to get into that, so if you start to move, like in terms of combat, right? he says, he goes, the object lesson begins. And he holds up that detonator, right?
Yeah.
That you have. So basically you guys are rushing into combat, right? He has that detonator in his hand. And he says, come and get it, Robin. So basically, this is like a held action for him, right? He's been holding this action for like 3 hours, right? So you guys start to move forward to attack. He holds this detonator in his hand, and then he holds in his second hand another. So he was facing away from you, right? And then as he says, he like looks back at you over his shoulder. He steps to the side, right? He's holding that detonator that you saw in the footage, right? The Chronitron Detonator's detonator trigger in one hand. And in the other hand, as he steps to the side, he reveals that in front of him, but facing back in your direction, towards the only exit, is this device. And he has the trigger of it in his other hand. And he presses down on the button. This device is like, it looks like one of those old-timey pop-up cameras. And as he presses the button, it glows like the barrel of the camera looking thing starts to glow with a light, which fires this huge red blast out at you, Beast Boy, as he says, let the object lesson begin. This is a resource he never used in your version of Teen Titans during Forces of Nature because you guys weren't present during that portion of the episode. This is the big laser beam that almost crushed, that was meant to blow up the art fixture and that Beast Boy in the original show thought crushed the debris of crushed Starfire.
Oh.
If you guys remember that, I think maybe only like Paul and Krista might remember that.
Yeah.
But basically, you guys are running into resources that he did not use, that he did use in the original show. That, of course, given someone as smart as Slade, he's going to factor into his plans now that he still has them.
Nice.
So,
Awesome.
basically, his held action was to activate this one-time use, grant you, use of the disintegrate spell. That,
What?
Fuck.
Yep. I remember going into that episode like, what if they fuck around with stuff and like Robin gets hit with the big laser?
So-
My worry is always like, what if Robin dies?
I guess my half-work feature of going back to 1 HP doesn't work with disintegration.
I have specifically researched that fact, and the answer, sadly, is no. Because it says if it's an effect that reduces you to 0 hit points without killing you outright. But this would kill you outright. Now, I think you have enough hit points at this level to... okay. Well,
I don't know about that.
it also still has to hit you, right? So
Dodge, Beast Boy, dodge.
For the
You
love
can
of
do it.
God, Beast Boy,
I can't
dodge.
change as a reaction, right?
no.
Ah. Oh god.
That is a lot of damage.
Yeah, you think? It's a stinking,
All right.
what, 6th level spell?
Okay. Now, what did I say?
Don't do us like this.
Don't do us like this. Listen, you guys have been talking the whole time like, oh, can't wait to see what happens in Apprentice. I wonder if anyone's going to die. And I'm
But
like,
Beast
yeah,
Boy?
me too.
I mean, if it was like Cyborg or Robin,
Like
You're like, that would be...
You
Oh
can't
my
kill the joke character, and you can't kill the females.
Oh my god, funny guy dies first.
God.
Mercutio.
I have like old papers that have like fallen apart and ripped in half. What the heck?
What was that?
A train?
Was that a ghost?
A ghost? It's Beast Boy's ghost.
Beast Boy's soul leaving his body.
Oh my god. Hold on. I'm just trying to figure out because for a while I had in my head that Disintegrate was a deck save, but it's but this version of it is a deck save because it's either to hit, but I just said that this device is a deck save, so it's probably better for you than if it were a to hit bonus because like your armored class isn't amazing. So go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw for me, Beast Boy.
Save. Oh, good. I get a +8 to that.
A 19. That will do it.
I'm alive. I'm so
let's just roll damage to see what would have happened.
Yes. I do
Okay.
have luck, so if that didn't work, I could have rolled
Yeah.
again. But
Yes,
still,
that's true.
if I get 2 fails, which I have been doing every single time I've rolled luck, it is rolled worse or the same.
All right. That would have done 75 points of force damage to you. Would that have killed you?
Yeah, I have 49 HP.
Oh,
Holy-
okay. I am always
Most of
my
my
balancing
HP is from my animals.
from animals. Yeah. Oh man. All right, cool. Well,
Just out of curiosity, if that had hit him when he was an animal, would it have vaporized him?
it would have knocked him out of the animal form. Well, depending on what the animal form was, right?
If I was
Right?
something
It wouldn't
really
have-
big with like big HP.
Yeah.
Well, like if it
wouldn't
had
have
killed you as
even
an
killed
animal, would you still?
You would revert.
No, I would revert.
to
It would,
your regular
okay,
self.
so if I got hit with the disintegrate ray, it would revert me back into Beast Boy, and then it would start getting
Okay,
my
gotcha,
health
Yeah.
until my health
Yeah.
was 0. And
Okay.
if it went all
Yeah.
the way back to 0 both times, then I would disintegrate.
Well, whenever there might be a death ray turned into something big.
I will definitely do that. I did not know there was a death ray.
Yep. Now, this was explicitly a trap. Now, this was always going to be a resource used by Slade in this way, in this version of the game. Now, since like if it didn't happen now, right? If one of you guys hadn't gotten involved and helped him fight Plasmus and joined him in finding the hideout, it would have just then been used when like all of you guys fought him at the end of part 2, right?
Oh my god.
Which then it probably would have been aimed at like Starfire first because that would be the most tactically intelligent to reduce hit points.
I probably would
That.
have been fine, actually.
And you probably would have been fine.
Yeah.
So considering it that way, it's, you know,
So you were
It's a
worried that
variably-
the season finale or the finale of Apprentice would not be as exciting as the great battle with Gabriel. I think Beast Boy almost dying.
yeah.
My heart is
So
hurting.
basically, no. So basically, you do dodge out of the way. You basically you leap to the side. You're like probably like jumping off of dogs as this thing fires off and like just deletes a hole in like the wall behind you and the girders of the balcony in front of that were in front of you.
I don't
But
think
you
Beast
do
Boy
di-
would, but I want to flip him off.
Hey,
If
feel
you're
free.
Beast
I don't
Boy.
think Beast Boy's ever been that close to death.
I just like I'm like cowering behind a rock, and I just one middle finger just goes up.
Just pops out.
Very good. All right, and with that, you guys then leap into action. Although before, because I don't think we're gonna get into that this time. we go back to the other group who are on the screens in that room. Like, you guys do see what the other group is up to at this point.
No.
And you guys are on a boat. Now time would be, so you've probably been spending this time like very painstakingly trying to hack the system, and then you finally cut the cord that you feel confident about, Cyborg, but then the alarms have started to go off on the thing. Right, so you can try to cut another cord if you would like to.
Well, if another cord needs a cutting, I'm gonna cut it.
Sorry.
All right.
It's all the near death.
All right. What if I cut all the cord? That's what I think if I fail this.
Right. So if you want to make another basically good guess, you can roll Arcana again to see about this.
I do. Oh, well, that wasn't too bad. 25. That
25
probably does good.
You feel pretty confident about another one of the cords, so you can cut it if you would like.
I think I'm gonna do it.
You cut the cord as you all nerve-wrackingly lean in as he cuts this other one, and when you do, the device stops blinking with light and sound.
Whew. Hey, we did it! Woo!
And then it rearms. It's a dummy bomb. Like, no matter what you do, it does this in nerve-wracking portions. Like, no matter what. So basically,
it's one of those trick candles.
It's a trick candle. It starts going off again, and you guys are all like there as one of the portions starts to like compresses, like the thing is starting to basically count down, and when it finally fully compresses, it will activate. Seems to be the engineering function.
No.
So I assume you guys are all just like there, maybe screaming.
I'm sweating.
Each time it goes back on.
Hey, can anybody call
I'm like,
Aqualad and say that we have a gift that needs to be taken deep under the ocean?
in a second, in a millisecond.
Yes.
Yes. I'm hugging Raven and probably like breaking her bones.
All right.
I'm looking
Stand
back.
back. I'm gonna do this.
The second one collapses in the countdown.
Okay. Mending spell. No.
You immediately like, mending spell. Please stop.
No.
The
Actually,
third one.
I feel like I'm gonna do that just before I try to fix it again.
All right.
Mending spell. Zzz. Okay, this isn't working. I'm gonna cut another wire or something. I'm gonna analyze it.
As you're trying to figure out what to do in this panic, the third one starts to collapse, and then the whole machine starts to go and starts to short out as electricity crackles around it, and it just like it melts down and falls apart. And as it falls apart, you immediately, with your expertise, Cyborg, immediately recognize this collapsed machine. Like, the outer portions were designed to be very convincingly a Chronitron Detonator, but some of the inner, like, band working of the metal is, like, clearly, like, fake. This thing is a fake. All right. I am going, as that happens, and you all are, like, in shock about this, a panel opens up on the front side of the boat, and a turret pops out, and makes 3 attacks against one against each of you, as in a surprise round. because you guys didn't investigate the boat any further than just
No, we
you
didn't.
You didn't ask to.
We were
All
fucking
right.
busy.
All right. So first, Starfire. 32. That should hit you.
That misses. No.
Fuck you. Raven. 23.
Yup.
Okay. And Cyborg.
Yeah.
A 21. Does that hit you?
Well, F you, it does.
Okay. So, you are each hit as this turret pops out. It has this really weird, like, portion of it at the front of it. It's not like a round turret that fires projectile. It's a laser thing that seems to generate. It's like it's this ball with all these like little like energy portions coming out of it, like a sphere, right? And then like all these little discharge points, but it overall does fire a beam of energy at each of you and hits you. Now, these concussive blasts hit you with such force that you each fly off, like straight off of the boat.
Oh no!
and into the water. But as you splash up from in the water, it seems that other than knocking you back, you don't feel any pain. There's this kind of strange, like, numb sensation for a moment, but it goes away very quickly, and you don't feel anything. You don't feel any pain or any like overt status ailment.
Are we dead?
It didn't do any HP damage.
Like, no, it did not do any HP damage.
Oh, okay.
It's probably nothing then.
Yeah, let's keep moving, guys. Or,
The
I
turret
guess
of the
with
Slade
water.
has misfired upon us.
Huh. Well, guess that is a boat of suckage. Wait a second. I could commandeer a boat of suckage.
Okay. The boat of suckage, I dub thee.
No, wait, we already have a boat that doesn't suck.
So the bomb was broken?
Yes.
The bomb was a decoy. It was never a real bomb, it would seem.
The real bomb was inside us all along.
How true that is.
Okay.
All right.
Knowing that, can we call up Robin and Beast Boy?
Hey, yeah, we can. I just call Robin and I say,
Alright.
I say, Bucks,
So before we get to that,
All right.
something else will happen. So basically, with this mysterious turret, which now lies idle and inert, after fulfilling its unknown purpose, you all floating in there, wondering what to do next, preparing to call Robin, and by this time, Robin and Beast Boy, who have probably been in the throes of battle with Slade. That is where we are going to end this episode of Teen Titans.
Oh,
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Wow.
Seems like it's going okay so far. You guys just beat Slade, lickety split. We'll all go home.
look, the city's not about to explode. There's no bomb.
Bomb was fake.
What a strange thing Slade did by sending us after a big
I
bomb.
think I'm just gonna call up Robin and say, "Fuck Slade," and that's it.
They
That's
just
what
get
he
back,
wants.
and Beast Boy's like, I almost died. What if Beast Boy did die and they all come back for
Flash
that?
before
Can
my
you
eyes.
imagine if just Beast
Dude,
Boy
it
got
was
disintegrated?
That would be horrible.
That would be so dark, and I don't know how it would dramatically fit into the plot, if I'm being honest.
I feel like if that genuinely happened, right? If that actually happened, like Slade was like, "Oh, the Titans are very mysterious. Like they have, gotten rid of a cinder block, and he has, disappeared from, like, he's maybe dead. Like and I've had to do things on my own that I didn't have to in the original show. I mean, you wouldn't think about the original show, right? But like, if he literally like planned extra, right? Like thinking you guys were stronger or more ruthless than he expected, and then he just immediately one-shotted Beast Boy and killed him, I think he would just be like, "Oh, whoops." Like,
Oh no!
he would be like, "Well, shit. I don't think I meant to go that hard."
Just have that moment we've all been waiting for, where he's like, "God damn it, I'm fighting children."
How do we know Slade's evil? What have we actually seen him do?
Oh my god.
Oh boy!
Like, okay, he's tried to steal some microchips, but so did we.
Well,
That's a fair
he killed.
point.
Wait, he killed that guy in the prison. In
killed
this
the
one, he is legitimately responsible for at least one murder.
Wait, but we killed a guy in a prison.
That was a bad guy, and it was an accident.
I will say now, it was a long time. It was a long time ago. It was literally Ryan's like first episode with us, right? When
Which
he
one?
brought that up in Forces of Nature, when you brought that up with Slade said that things don't always look as they seem.
Oh, he did say that. I forgot about that.
Wait,
So, like-
referring to what?
Things do always look as they seem, because that's not the saying. That's
I'm not gonna say anything else. Things have been thrown into doubt, right? You know, they're a little. You know, you could feel free to ask Slade. Like, I mean, this show is all about
Hey.
fights where you also have dialogue in
Yeah,
the middle of them,
Like,
right?
Slade,
by
hey.
the way, what
Are you
is
a bad guy?
What
Or is
the-
Batman?
Slade, what's your favorite color?
Oh my god! I just had a flash.
Or black more, or silver. I don't know.
I
It's
just
hard
had
to
a
tell.
I just had a flash, like one of my least favorite lines in the final showdown between Obi-Wan and Anakin in episode 3, where he's like, "From my point of view, the Jedi are evil." And I'm just like, "Fuck your point of view." It's such beta cringe like language.
Beta cringe.